April 30th, what do you think your perspective is going to be in that symposium? What do you think you're going to lend in that symposium? What angle are you going to come from? Is it the nurse perspective?
And I'm
Is
going
it
to come
the,
from
the parent
a parent
perspective?
from a mother's perspective.
Perspective,
But
right.
all that would combine anyway, because even though I am the mother of the victim, I still have to experience the same sadness that they would have.
And let's talk about
I'll
that.
have all that, you know.
And let's talk about that for a minute. Because there's somebody watching today who's lost a child, and parents do not expect to bury their children. So tell us a little bit about how that affected you and how you had to go through your healing process, because again, this is something that we're going to be discussing. This is all enveloped in this symposium on the 30th. So let's talk about that.
Right. Now, yesterday was a good example, because this is the time where the little boy fell off the roof or jumped off the roof or whatever you went through. And this mother, they showed on television where this mother was just screaming and hollering, just going through all this trauma. So I know just about how she may have felt, but I was able maybe to handle it in a different way, because I went through the same thing.
Yes.
I was able to do my hollering and screaming, but behind closed doors, and when nobody never knew it, but I was doing the same thing. So I know just about how she felt, so I should be able to, I can relate very well with what she's going through.
Right.
And I'd be able to, I would be able to comfort her
Right.
more so, because I know how she's feeling.
Right.
So all this is taking place, that's just an idea. That's just an experience that you have to go through.
Surely.
And since I've already gone through it, I know what it is all about.
Exactly. And Jeffrey was saying something interesting, that you work through the hurt, because it's an ongoing healing process. Is that for you? I know it's going to be, it's not something that you ever get over?
No, you don't ever get over it, but you have to deal with it, and you have to work your way through it, because now, like most people say, my goodness, Miss Davis, you into everything. Well, that into everything is part of my healing process.
Yes,
And that keeps me going. And I'd be doing a whole lot of things because I'm into everything.
Right.
But that keeps me going.
Right.
And I'm able to, survive that way. But otherwise, I would go into the worst depression in the world.
Of course.
But that's the way I survive. And those are some of the ideas or solutions that we can convey to other people,
Sure,
how to
on the 30th, how to move forward.
From an experience like that.
I'm going to direct questions now to Kendall Washington, who has a lot of experience dealing with domestic violence. You're an author and a victim care advocate, and you're also founder of a foundation. So talk to us a little bit about your personal experience with domestic violence and how that brought you to helping others in the same situation.
I've been in a relationship where it progressed into a controlling situation. And because I was familiar with warning signs and things to look for, I was able to get out when I can.
Right.
And a lot of victims do not have that opportunity. A lot of them feel like they have to stay in the situation depending on the case. And I understood certain things growing up in a home where I had both parents who respected each other, and we were a close-knit family, so I knew when it was time to go, because I wasn't going to subject myself to that type of abuse.
Right.
Yeah.
So when you say that you saw those warning signs, it was because of your training as a victim's advocate?
Yes. Actually, I'm going to tell you many signs that women interpret to be romantic, attentive, and caring are really early signs of domestic violence.
Give us some of those examples.
Some examples, I would like to say there are five main examples. One, dealing with intrusion. Someone always asking where you're going, how long you're going to be, what are you doing, who are you going to be with. Another one is isolation. They tend to want to spend all their time with you and cut you off from family and friends. Third one is possession, jealousy, where they want to control what you're wearing, how you look, your parents, how your hair is, makeup. Another one is control, which deals with displaying extreme anger when he or she doesn't get their way. And last but not least, but I would consider it to be the most important example, is unknown past. If you're dealing with someone in a relationship and you don't know much about or they're secretive about their relationship, whether they've been in a home, an abusive home. These are steps that you have to really look
Right.
into,
Right.
yeah, and
So-
be aware of.
So how long were you in that relationship before you said, this isn't looking good for me?
Well, to tell you the truth, relationships that can escalate into domestic violence, they don't start as early as the first month, first 2 months.
Right.
So I was in it for a while, a good year.
Right.
And a lot of times there's different steps that the abuser takes, mentally, physically, and
Emotional.
yes. So I feel like once you have the strength, once you have the mental strength to know what is right, what's wrong, better decision making, I feel that the situation could be easier for you to leave.
Sure. Sure.